What is up, Nuggets? It's your boy, Killer Pizza, here with a brand new video for you rascals and rapscallions out there. I gotta say, once again, thank you to everybody that asked me some questions for yesterday's Q&A video. It was a lot of fun, tons and tons of great questions. Now, there was one in particular that I really liked, so much that I had to make an individual video talking about it, and that was what Kevin Kruger86 asked. What do I think the essentials are in Arrow video? So, I decided to make the video. I have 10 titles next to me. And keep in mind, these are 10 titles that I own, and this is my opinion. There's some in here that might seem kind of odd, but this is my list, damn it. So, let's rock and roll. Let's get right into it. First of all, I would say an honorable mention is that chunky box of Tremors on 4K. I really wish I would have grabbed that. If anybody has one they're willing to get rid of or sell, let me know. We can do some business. But anyways, the first one is one of my very favorite movies. In my opinion, the best werewolf movie of all time, An American Werewolf in London. Now, I am pissed that I didn't get the 4K version, because I bought this region-locked version by mistake when I first started collecting, and then I had to get a different copy, so I picked this one up, and in the meantime, I ended up getting a region-free 4K player. So not only did I have the player that could have played the original Blu-ray that was locked, but could also play the 4K that I didn't grab. So, once again, speaking of the chunky box, if anybody's got a hookup on the 4K chunky box of this, I will definitely be willing to make a deal with you. This is one of the best releases they ever put out. An absolute amazing movie. This blends horror, practical effects with comedy so well. Absolute classic. I love it. An essential in any collection. All right, next up. This is one that I know is out of print, but if you can find this somewhere and get it, I highly suggest picking up Arrow Video's release of Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I love this movie so much. It's so much damn fun. I actually have a review of this from a long time ago I did with my buddy Nick Baker, one half of the Cream Street Mafia. And I think there's a link in that video where we do a watch-along of the whole movie when he started his channel and did 3 videos and quit. But that's besides the point. But this is something the Arrow Video does amazing. Look at the back, these special features. Look how many that is. The popcorn everywhere. And that is a prime example if I ever made a video debating on physical media versus streaming. It's amazing, man. There'll be a poster in here. I'm just realizing that I need to reverse the slip. Does anybody else do that? If you get a slip cover, you like to reverse the inside sleeve to the alternate art. I just think it's kind of fun. But anyways, now to a more recent release, which I actually still haven't checked any of these out. I know, I'm really slacking. That is the Hellrazer Quartet of Torment 4K box set. That says 1 through 4 in it. Absolutely badass release. I know I should have gotten into this much sooner, but you know how it goes sometimes collecting. You pick something up and it takes a while to... Well, you gotta wait till you're in the mood, because I know I'm going to want to binge all these. But I do an unboxing of this if you want to see more. But this is, quality-wise, one of the best releases they ever did. And I mean, one of the most classic franchises. That's something Arrow Video and Scream Factory, for that matter, does really well. They get a hold of very, very good titles. Where Vinegar Syndrome is known for their packaging, they do release a lot of stinkers. Now, here is one that I don't think anybody would expect to be on my list, but that is the L Duce Tapes. This is a Blu-ray. I picked this up at Bucket of Blood in Chicago, Illinois. Shout out to that place. If you're in the area, check it out. That place was badass. Tons of horror, vinyl, and movies and everything. But I might have talked about this recently. Honestly, I don't remember. But if you are a fan of G.G. Allen, or just how crazy he was, the documentary Hatred that he had, this is very similar. This is an amateur filmmaker follows L Duce around for a couple of years and just keeps up with him and catches his antics. And what I'm getting at is this guy is just as crazy as G.G. Allen. I mean, maybe not as crazy, but absolutely insane. And it's a pretty interesting story that leads to a pretty tragic ending. But once again, all the special features, beautiful release. I just think, if you're a fan of documentaries, rock and roll, punk rock, or whatever, exploitation, this is a must-watch. This is a crazy, crazy movie. Now, here is one. I am honestly not the biggest fan of this movie. I am more of a Blob guy. This is a Larry Conan movie. The Stuff. I know it's a lot of people's absolute favorite. I think it's more than just a bigger fan of the remake of Blob, and these two seem to get compared together a lot. But this is about this new product, like this diet, like yogurt, ice cream stuff, called the stuff, and when people eat it, it kind of makes them melt, turns into a body melt movie. Like, it's fun. Not my favorite in the stack. I just think out of all Arrow Video titles, there's certain ones I wanted to grab. Like El Duce was like one that I personally like that I would throw in here, but I felt like there's certain titles I need to throw into this list just for like I don't want to say historic purposes, but this is a classic, a cult classic, Maybe I need to rewatch it. Okay, and this is a really good one too. Basket Case. Look at that. And ooh. And once again, look at how many special features are on the back. Now, they just announced a 4K coming out of this, and I'm not sure if this is out of print, the Blu-ray, or if it comes with the slip still, so if you want the slip, I'd say get that 4K, but I will say, buyer beware in that 4K. I'm not saying don't get it, but if you have this Blu-ray, you might not want to upgrade, because this movie was shot in 16mm in New York City. Like, how good are you going to make it look? You know what I mean? This isn't like such a classic like Texas Chainsaw Massacre where you're going to upgrade regardless of how it was shot, But this is a really fun movie. Some of the best representation of like grimy, slimy New York City. A pretty odd one, man. You just got to check this one out. I love it. I do need to get the sequels. I thought about that the other day. I don't own, I think, either Basket Case sequel. It don't matter. Now, I mentioned earlier that I have a region-free Blu-ray player. I would highly recommend everybody pick one up. It is well worth it. You will save a lot of money in the long run on certain titles that are released internationally, and this is one of them. I love this box set. I talked about it before. That's the Children of the Corn box set. Look at that artwork. And whenever you get a dot on a title like this, that will tell you it's most likely locked on your player. You need a region-free player. But this one comes with the 4K of Part 1, and then 2 and 3 on Blu-ray, which 2 and 3, not the best movies, but I loved them, honestly. I enjoyed them so much. Like, there's all the special features on here. Another thick, sturdy box, but yes, pick this up. I don't think there's any other release that does Children of the Corn justice. I just found out the other day that the kid from Part 3 was the same kid that played the evil little boy in Demonic Toys, so whatever that's worth. All right, this is a newer release right here, and as you can tell, there's a theme. I love my chunky boxes through Arrow Video. This is one I was pleasantly surprised with. Never seen it before. Al Pacino and Carlito's Way. This was amazing. I can't believe I've never seen this as an Al Pacino fan. I love this movie so much. There were so many twists and turns at the end that I did not see coming. The stuff that Sean Penn does, and he does an amazing performance in this too. Once again, great packaging. But the 4K of this alone was so beautiful. Like this scene here, like his ex-girlfriend or whatever, he's like spying on her from another building in the rain, and she's doing like ballet in there. But just the scene of Pacino walking in the rain just looks absolutely unbelievable, man. I love this movie. If you're an Al Pacino fan, pick it up. And you might want to grab this now. Like I said, I couldn't get the chunky box of Tremors or American Werewolf in London. You should still be able to get this in this nice release. All right, I'm not sure if this is out of print or not. I actually got this at Best Buy back in the day. Rest in peace, Best Buy. I thought this was a 4K, but it's not. Watch, it's going to get re-released soon. But this is the Steelbook copy of RoboCop. Taking place in Detroit, represent. But I had to throw this on there just because I'm such a big fan of RoboCop. I recently rewatched the trilogy. Loved every one of them. I find it funny that this was out through Arrow, and I think 2 and 3 were out through Scream Factory, but I digress. One of the best action movies ever. So damn violent. It borderlines in horror with the gore in this movie, but amazing story, more than just an action movie. This is a timeless classic. I actually have the RoboDoc documentary, too. I really need to finally check that out. And last but not least, this might be one I have never spoken about on my channel. I am not quite sure. True Romance. They did this such justice. I bought this at Motor City Nightmares, I believe. The 4K. But they did this movie justice with the 4K transfer. With some of the special features, the boxing. But overall, I will just say, if you've never seen this movie before, I highly suggest you check it out. This is easily one of my favorite movies of all time. Absolutely love this movie. I can't say enough about it. Like, this works for anyone because it's got a little action and comedy. Like, this is a great date movie because it's a romance story at the end of the day. So, like, you know, good one to watch with your girl or whoever, you know. But absolutely amazing story. This is written by Quentin Tarantino, a Tony Scott film. Soundtrack by Hans Zimmerman. Just, I can't say enough about this movie. Let me know if you guys want me to do like a full review about this because I could talk about it forever. But anyways, that is the 10 Arrow video releases I think you should get. There's plenty of others that I did not mention. I wanted to just talk about the ones that I actually own to have a little representation of them. But yeah, if you can get your hands on any 10 of those movies, I highly suggest it. Or just check them out for that matter. You know, support the boutique labels and whatnot. Arrow Video absolutely kicks ass. But yeah, thanks again for the question, Kevin. I really appreciate it. If you guys haven't checked out the Q&A video from yesterday, be sure to check that out. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun jazz. Other than that, hopefully everybody is having a good one. Blood, guts, and gore. I will check you guys next time.